let's jump in to episode 2 of the Crystal Arc, A Trail Run Cold. A mysterious infection has spread throughout the continent of Maine. Purple crystals that latch themselves onto plant, animal, and human alike, driving them to a blind rage. We met our group in and around the quiet logging town of Pine Hovel, just on the outskirts of the Tolnoque Wood. Tobias Chad, a human and mustachioed magician, performed for a group of locals in the tavern, mystifying them with his skills in the arcane arts. Within the Tolnoque Wood, a wood elf new to Vimain named Orsina Greenstone was in search of shelter for the night, while our returning adventurers, Borok Grimsky, a half-orc, and Cypher Summerbraid, a changeling, tracked down a crystal infected, now referred to as the Geolucent. Tobias was approached and grabbed by a group of Geolucent. The group, hearing the yells of the monster, rushed to his aid. A battle ensued, and when the dust settled, the group, led by Borok and Cypher, began to dispose of the bodies and the infected spaces in the town. After a brief discussion with Harrow, the tavern owner, Borok learned that a person in a purple robe was seen not too long ago in the area. They were seen leaving the village in the exact same direction as one of the infected that escaped during the battle. We pick up today in the morning. You have all gathered in Harrow's Pint for a breakfast complimentary from Harrow, as he is thankful for you dealing with the recent events within Pine's Hovel. Outside, you can see the smoldering ruins of the house that you burnt down, and the charred, mangled bodies of the infected that you burned. A really nice juxtaposition against the snow. Harrow hobbles over and puts a big silver platter on a table and says, "Right, okay, we got sausages, we got eggs, toast, bacon, rashers, and we got a little bit of the home fries. What would you like for a drink?"
Do you have any passion fruit juice or anything like that?
Kind of
just
looks.
want some juice.
How do you do that?
Okay, wine will work too. Yeah.
Aye, wine.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go get
It's
that.
just fruit juice with extra steps.
Yes. I have a fine Vindenfell wine. I'll bring it over. Don't worry on the house. Anyone else?
Yeah. Could I just give me some whiskey and then once around the kitchen, because holy fuck, that all sounds so good, and it's been a long while on the road. So
Aye.
yeah, give me just everything you got.
Aye, no problem. I'll get it for you right now. Anyone else?
I'll have a cider.
Cider.
Yep.
Right, I got a nice fine one for you. Well,
I must say that a cider does sound pretty nice, but hell, what's the drink on the house? What's your specialty drink? I'll take one of those. Surprise me.
Well, Tobias, you know that we have a little bit of a Vardim punch, if you will. That's where I'm from.
Oh, the hometown brew. All right, well, bring that one out, please.
Aye, all right. He kind of hobbles off into the distance, leaving you to your little meal that's kind of around, and you can see him kind of hobbling around in the back behind, pulling out wine bottles and just muttering to himself in the background.
Well, he seems a little displeased for someone who just offered us free drinks on the house.
I mean, seems to be the way for folks in these parts.
was like, is he always like that?
Yeah. As far as I know, but I've only known the man for 24 hours.
As I recall, he was supposed to give me all of his money, and he just never did. So they're quite resilient here.
That's right, you know.
I tried so hard to convince him, and you're right. He seems kind of ornery for someone who just offered us free food.
At least breakfast is on the house.
That's true, and I do love me a
Haven't had home
good
cooked
hash
meal in a
brown.
while.
Have you tried these hash browns? Oh, hold on. The hash browns.
They're home fries. Home fries.
I hope they're those little potatoes.
A potato.
I mean, just
little mini potatoes.
fry something up and give it to me, please, because I'm dying.
Borak
over
and I, we're not bad cooks on the road, but we aren't the best cooks. So this will be nice.
It's a lot of hardtack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with hardtack.
Like salted dried beef.
Oh, like a jerky.
Or pork, or bear, or wolf, or deer.
Yeah.
Basically,
I might have to stick with the fruits if you're cooking any of those.
Well, I will say that we did start a drink snack truck with a rave element where it's like a dance, it's like a food truck a carriage that we drive around, and we serve drinks out of it, and people get tipsy and they drink at the carriage, and that was fun. We needed money.
Well, Cypher served drinks. She usually kept me in the back because,
Making yeah, well, the snacks had to make themselves.
my sunny disposition.
Yes, that too.
Maybe we'll do
wasn't
meatless
disgusting.
Mondays.
Meatless Monday?
Vegetarian meal
Oh.
for the day.
And it's
Like
called
lettuce?
Yes, fruits.
I do love fruits.
Is
They
that
are
a
yummy.
way of life?
Where
Do
I'm
you
from, we
enjoy?
try not to eat too many animals unless we have to.
Which is totally fair, I think.
That
I think
sounds
it's the opposite of Borak. So,
absolutely terrible to me.
You wouldn't like it where I'm from.
yes.
Over the
You
little
wouldn't
bit of
like
time.
you wouldn't like it where I'm from by the sound of it. So
I wonder if they have
Well,
those
I'm a
del-
fan of bread.
I
And
do
of
like
bread?
bread.
Buns, fresh loaves.
I think bread is the universal language.
Give me carbs, I say.
well,
As you see that big, praying to the carb gods, you see Harrow come back over with a tray, and he's kind of making sure it's not all going to fall over. He's like, "Right, just make some room over here." And he takes the wine bottle and he starts to pour some of the wine for you. And he goes, I've seen him before. He points to Tobias, but I haven't seen you three around here before. Have you been? Where are you all from?
Big
Well, that's a
question.
good question.
well, I'm from the Tamarabi Plains, way south of here. We've been on the trail of some of these geos that, you met last night. So that's where we're at.
Well, I'm not
at
from
least.
here. I'm from Dressera, which is west of here. But I can't get home because all the ports are closed. So now
You're
I'm
from
stuck.
all the way over to the Valley Sea.
Yes. It's quite a journey.
Find you in this little. Looks around. He sees just a little. It's very modest. It's a very just homely tavern. He's like, what brings you into this little area?
I'm just trying to head northwest and happen to come across these people. I messed up with my tracking and my invisibility in the forest, so they seem nice though.
We're very nice.
I've never been wanting to go out and do adventuring. It just doesn't seem that lucrative for me,
No, if you're bad at it, it's definitely not lucrative.
I used to be an adventurer until I took an arrow to the knee.
Get out.
Disadvantage.
Bye, guys.
Well, I do declare.
Yeah.
Well, and you asked, I'm actually from a little town called Cresthaven, if you've heard of it, but I haven't been home in years.
Aye, Cresthaven, the one with the
Crest-
orphanage, right?
Also that, yes.
Yes, I remember that. I had a sister that used to live there once. God's rest her soul, and he makes a little sign.
Who was your sister?
Oh, you wouldn't have known her.
I know a lot of people.
Arabella?
Arabella?
Aye.
I don't know her.
Oh. Well,
What-
it was quite a few years ago, and you look a little green behind the gills, anyways.
I don't think I understand the expression in this context.
I have
Oh, you know
never
it means
heard
you're
that
young.
Expression.
Oh, I look young. Oh, that's a compliment. But
It wasn't me certainly mixing up my terms.
no, of course not.
No.
Well, if and I call it Arabella met a ill fate. It sounds like.
Oh, she was old. She was past.
Oh.
Went in her sleep, she did.
Good for her.
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
can we all wish that?
way before all this mess that's been going on. Speaking of which, and he points outside, and you can see outside that a group of people have started to kind of form around the smoldering ruin of a building and the bodies.
Oh, we forgot to discard of those bodies, didn't we?
Well, they're all burned.
We
I
burned
know, but we just left corpses around and forgot to warn people again.
Just let me have my breakfast first before we get into this whole crowd fucking nonsense. All right.
Yeah, quick
I can
shovel
deal
mode
with
activate.
people.
Shovel.
You,
Aye,
you are
aye.
not a fan of people, are you?
No. Generally don't like them.
That's fair enough. People can be dirty.
I wouldn't say dirty. That's kind of least of the worries.
What an interesting adjective to have used, Tobias Chad.
As I look down at myself.
Oh, you were thinking as actual dirt. I was not thinking that at all. No.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm pretty literal.
Right, well,
Good
I'll
to
let
know.
you get to your food. I'll go outside and I'll start to deal with it. You hear like just the and he walks out in the door. He hears before the door closes. All right, everyone, they're going to come and talk to us in a second. Let
Do
them.
we have
go."
to talk to them?
They,
I don't want to
they're
talk
not
to them.
there. He's had walked out the door.
Oh no, I'm
Don't
talking
worry, wait.
to I'm talking to the group.
Oh,
Do we have to talk to them?
No,
Well-
not if you don't want to.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of one of those things that for the education of the people in the towns, it's pretty smart to talk to them, but they're usually idiots and they never listen to you. So, I mean, it's whatever you want, but I'll probably go out or Cypher will go out and say something.
I'm not
Just
very
to-
good with crowds, so you deal with this.
That's okay. If you want to stand and look imposing, that works too. If you want to stand and look nice, also works. Really, I'll work with whatever you give.
Fair.
Well, you know, I don't mind throwing a monologue out there, too.
Of course you don't.
Yeah, Tobias
Better.
Chad, you seem like you are very eloquent, and I really appreciate that in people.
Oh, well, thank you kindly.
Yeah.
You're very eloquent yourself. And I've been meaning to say, I think that the Harrow gentleman, he might have fancied you.
I was not getting that vibe, but if you think so, I'll. Isn't he? I don't know how to
I
feel
don't
about
think he has a wife. I mean,
that. Tobias, Chad, you're gonna get that a lot. I'm just very enchanting
Yeah,
and definitely really humble about it too. So
You are a very
Um,
interesting creature.
I think that's it. I think people are like, "Oh, they've got horns. They're
Creature.
cool. I fancy that." And I'm like, "Do you really?"
well, sometimes people don't know what's good for them. I'd say.
or some people just like bestiality, one or the other. So.
Thank you for that, Barack.
Yeah. Now, did he bring our drinks?
Yeah, the drinks are on the
Where's our
table there.
drinks?
Oh, it's right here. Fantastic. Well,
Mine came in a pineapple glass.
cheers to a well-deserved drink after the arduous fight we had last night. I guess we should talk to these people at some point, but might as well have a little buzz going.
Yeah, get a buzz going, have some breakfast. Tobias, what brought you here? You said you've only been here for 24 hours or so? I like to at least know the people I'm working with. before I
Well,
do
my
that.
friend, I'm what you might call an entrepreneur.
Oh, no.
I have been touring the last couple of towns, just showing the people a bit of a good time. Not in the way you might be thinking, but a good time with my magic tricks.
Is it magic tricks or magic tricks? Is there air quotes on it?
Well, no, they're more illusions.
Well, why don't you show me one of these tricks?
I would love to.
I'm a fan of the arts.
Be a euphemism so badly.
Let me see. All right, how about this? I need. Hold on. I'm going
So
to.
he's a liar.
Whoa. Well, hold on 1 minute. How about this? I'd like to cast a minor illusion of a cat.
You
All right.
you flip through your book and you put your hands together and you cast minor illusion. And what color is the cat?
It's an orange cat. It's a tabby.
Oh, it's an orange tabby cat, and then it's just directly just on the table, and almost like a puff of like purplish smoke.
Abracadabra, labadadoo.
Oh,
There you go. That cat's for you.
I like that it rhymed.
That's some
And then
impressive
and then
showmanship.
can I just like silently like cast Druidcraft and like have a dog bark from out of nowhere?
You see, like Orsina kind of lean back in her chair and just scratch at her ear, and the ear twinges, and all you hear is like a "Woof" in the background, and the cat just and then like just skitters off.
Is that a part of the trick? That was
Well, I
great.
guess the cat's out of the bag.
Oh, that would hurt.
Stop.
Oh.
Uh,
I have to stop clapping on that one. I'm sorry. It hurt.
So you have the rest of your you scarf down the rest of your food, and you head outside into the cooler morning winter air, and you see a group of people. You see Eric, the man in the sleeping cap, who is now dressed for the day, and a few other villagers that you didn't really see the night before, kind of all standing around, kind of whispering to each other. And Harrow's just like, "Oh, finally, all right, ladies and gentlemen, folks, please come in here." And all I hear is, "Oh, Harrow, why are you trying to run everything?" And you see a rather tall, stocky man with a big bushy beard and almost like a little bit of a Friar Tuck hairdo come out, and he's like, Harrow, I appreciate you trying to take care of everything, but ladies and gentlemen, I'll take care of the rest of this. I am the de facto leader of the town, as you know it. He looks over to Borok, looks over to Orsina, Cypher, and Tobias, the rest of the group, and he's like, I am Carlisle, the head logger in the town. So a lot of us were off doing a little bit of logging and working, and most of us all work just for the kingdom. Do you mind providing us with a little bit of a story of what happened here? Because this is concerning.
I don't mind to telling you a little bit from my perspective. I'm sure the rest of my friends here might be able to fill in a few details. First, fantastic haircut. A1 work from your barber. Secondly,
Great start.
thank you, Borak. Secondly, as I was finishing up my show here, you might have heard of me. I've been making my way through some of the towns, Tobias, Chad, and my magical wonders. So I finished up my show, and I was walking away from Borak's establishment. Sorry, not Borak's establishment, Harrow's establishment. And I heard a noise behind me. I turn around. Lo and behold, there are some of these zombie-like creatures just coming at me.
Not us. No.
I am about to turn heel and run. But when I do, I see 3 figures coming from behind to help me out. Yeah, why don't I throw it over to you to complete the story?
Yeah, and so then these zombie creatures, they attack, as they do. They're called geolucent, and they're an infection on this land, and will probably kill you all if you're not aware of it. But don't worry, there are heroes like us to save you. So we then destroyed them, killed them, burned them so they don't come back and infect you. And now we're on the hunt for any more that we can find. And I know that all sounds really scary. It's because it is really scary. But don't worry too much. Just keep your bearings and run away if you ever come across one. And if you see anything shiny and purple, don't fucking touch it. And my name's Cypher, by the way.
Yeah, so I'm gonna dumb it down for all you idiots. Basically, if you see geos or anything that looks like one, don't fucking touch it.
Don't touch it.
If you end up killing something or seeing something dead that looks like it, burn it.
Don't
touch it. And if you see some sort of large rocky outcropping or cave where there's a whole bunch of these fucking things, tell someone really important so that someone like ourselves can deal with it, because that's a whole other fucking story.
And say it with me.
Yeah.
Don't
fucking touch it.
Fucking touch it. Okay.
And burn everything on site. As soon as you see it growing, just burn it.
What they said.
Carlisle kind of looks around and goes, because I keep messing up his voice. Right, so I get that. Don't touch it. But you're... Is this the infection that they keep talking about in Halivara and all this place that, you know, a lot of the ports have been closed down?
They
Yes,
sure are.
that is correct.
Yeah.
That's hurting business too, with all the trees. Can't ship them out anywhere.
You know what? That was our priority too. Was the trees.
I
The logging industry was really our priority. Yes.
And the economy, I was.
the economy is
about
just
that.
really.
And
hard
I
right
can't
now.
go home to my family. You
I mean,
think you
that's
have
way
it
more of
hard?
a priority.
That's terrible.
That's
That's terrible.
And I sympathize with the trees, but you know.
You see like a little bony hand come up out of the crowd of people, and it's just the hands waving.
Yes, question in the back.
You hear, yes, thank you. I was witness to this incident last night. And you see Eric shuffle through the crowd and come up and stand beside Carlisle and goes, yes, hello, folks of citizens of Pine Hovel. It is me, Eric, and I'm here to speak to you tonight and corroborate what I have seen in this place.
Big words from Eric.
These monsters came in the night and they attacked, and that's why that house is burned down. I was there. I saw them do it, and they are protecting us, and they should not be persecuted for that. And all you hear is Carlisle look over and he goes, I don't think we were really worrying about attacking them there. Oh, just sorry.
I was going to say, I don't think persecution was ever on the table.
Yeah, it's great clarification, Eric. Thank you.
I'm just trying to stop an
I
uprising.
appreciate Eric for put your neck
Clarifying.
out there for us.
Does Eric just slowly
Thank you
put
for
away his
that.
pitchfork?
Does anyone have a cookie for this man?
You see one person in the audience just
Yeah.
slowly
Oh.
put down their pitchfork. Aww.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
she's a witch. Burn her.
And you hear a worried woman in the audience, in the crowd there, which is a pretty sizable crowd. You hear, but what about my children? I gotta make sure they're safe.
You can put them somewhere where monsters can't get them. Basements, attics, faraway lands. Those are all options.
To be quite honest, you should have thought about that before you had children.
Yeah. If you want to lock some doors, that is a good start. Don't go out past dusk.
Basically, don't let them outside past like a perimeter. Like, I don't know, maybe build a fence or something, or like cover their whole body in cloth so they can't get their stupid fingers on
Yeah.
geodes.
We're really close to inventing bubble wrap. That might be a good start.
We need to make more gloves. You hear from Eric's in the background.
This man's
Yes,
brilliant.
Eric on point.
Yes, Eric,
Yes.
y'all need to make more gloves.
But Tobias made a good point. Maybe if everyone just stops having children, it might slow the spread.
I mean, I guess that was my point, just beating around the bush.
Yeah.
You hear Eric look over and says, "Well, what are the rest of us going to do?" And he looks to the rest of the party. What are you going to do about it?
Well, we hear there was some sort of figure or being that was looking for a spot in a field somewhere. I don't know, down that way. So that's probably one of those guys I was talking about with those, big caves, and they're bad news. They turn a lot of people. So we're gonna go kill that guy, and hopefully it'll be, better.
Right, what he said. Oh, thank you for the water me. Everyone, if you got a drink, take a little sip, hydrate.
Work.
Carlisle looks and says, "Para, wasn't there a little bit of a person in the audience there came up and in the tavern a couple nights ago?" And Hera goes, "Aye, there was. Interesting. Couldn't see their faces much, but
Because it was behind a purple robe.
aye, that
Ah.
it was. Yes. I believe I told Borak that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only barely stayed the night. They had a drink and then they took off down the road. But aye, if that's who you're looking for, you're probably off to find them through the Tolnoque Wood.
Yeah, that'd be correct. The nice thing is that you know exactly where they're going, right? Because you told him of this clearing place that was going to be perfect for what he was looking for, if I remember correctly.
I mentioned a few of them. I mentioned there's one in the middle of the Tolnoque Wood that is, well, it used to be a home for a large willow tree, and now it's kind of cleared out there. And then there's Kinlyle Lake, which at this time is, I believe, frozen over completely.
Well, everything's fucking frozen in this hellhole. But anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah, all right, lake. Frozen. Sure.
over like your heart, Borak.
Hey, I got a warm heart. All right, you just gotta break through my walls. All right.
You're right.
Very kind and generous person.
Yes. Stoic.
Well, I believe it.
All right. So what are you going to be doing?
Well, everybody, good luck with your lives. If you need anything, maybe hesitate to call. Really try to figure it out on your own. But if you do need something, just give us a call. Pigeon.
There's a call. Pigeon, maybe.
Area
Or come
pigeons.
find us. I don't know.
And
that way.
rather than all of you reaching out, maybe just select one person to communicate with us if you need to get a message through. I recommend Eric.
I vote Eric.
Tell Eric to come find us.
Yeah.
I'll do my duty. And he just salutes.
He's gonna die.
Love Eric.
If anyone has any if anyone has any coin to offer to help us on our journey trying to save the world, that is always appreciated. I'll just mage hand out a little bag, like a satchel for people to put money into. Because saving the world is expensive and there's fees.
Money or supplies.
Yeah, we need
Either or work.
sometimes
With
get
inflation
broken.
these days, I mean,
Think about
And
how
since-
many arrows this one needs. Think
Travel
about that.
costs.
And since
A
we're
lot.
joining, there's 2 extra people.
And now we have companions that we need to feed. Otherwise, they're going to call management, and then we're just kind of we're at
We're
a,
also here to help.
we're at a
Okay, so
bureaucracy jam.
one of you roll persuasion with advantage, just because everyone's helping out in the group.
I would love to do that.
You should do that. Yeah.
Persuasion plus 10. Roll with advantage. 24.
Dang.
Okay. The mage hand kind of was it holding a bag? Did you say?
Yeah, holding a little bag, and there's also just like flowers on the mage hand. Like it's a very pretty little mage hand.
The pretty mage hand comes out and holding this little burlap sack bag, and you see a really old lady come up, and she opens up like this little pocketbook and takes a gold out and just drops it in, and
You're a
then
saint.
Harrow actually had disappeared for a second, and he comes hurrying out, and he has in his hand a shovel. Gives you the shovel, puts it in the bag, and also he's like, I saved this for if one gets a little rowdy in the tavern at night, but I think this is probably a little bit more important. And he gives you a potion of greater healing and a potion of healing, and puts those in the
I
bag
was referring to the shovel. That he
No.
used that. And I was like, oh god.
just to get rid of the dead bodies.
Okay.
The rest of the town kind of just stands there a little awkwardly, and those like, no thank you faces on the looks on their faces.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Well, thank you, everybody. When you need help,
Don't
Good luck.
pause now.
don't fucking touch it. Touch it.
Harrow, can I borrow you for a second?
I
This hooded figure, did he have anything of notice on him? Did he have a dagger or a wand or a scepter or something like that? Something that you could maybe draw out or describe for me that I might be able to identify him with.
He kind of squints and scratches at his beard, and he goes, "Oh, well, I did see that." Wrong voice. It had a little bit of lipstick on its mouth, and then whenever I saw it put up a drink, and it did have a satchel on its side. Does that help?
what about anything it didn't have that might be peculiar, like missing an arm or a shoe?
No, it was just a large purple robe, a little bit more thicker, maybe for the winter. Went over the face mostly, kind of went down here, but I only saw a little bit when it dropped. 2 hands, gloved hands.
Gloved hand.
Gloved hands.
Did the satchel
what
have
shade
any?
of-
Sorry, did the satchel have any sort of sigil on it or any sort of identifying marks?
No, it was just a simple leather satchel.
All right.
What was the shade of lipstick?
It was I don't know. I guess dark red.
That's helpful.
Well, all right. I mean, let's saddle up, crew.
As we're leaving, I just want to like turn to the other two and be like, now, we never actually discussed this. Do you want to come with us and help destroy evil creature, zombie monster, geolucence? That's a big ask. We never really asked. You're welcome to. We're always down for companions.
I was thinking about this last night. I wasn't sure yet, but I think you have something noble going on here. And seeing as I can't go home right now, why not try help so I can go home?
Well, we can also work on that as a little side project. Get you home.
Well, the ports are closed because of the geolucence, or
Right,
what
so
you call them.
What we are doing now is working
Yes.
on that project. Got it.
So how did you get stuck over on this side of the port? What were you doing?
Oh, I came last year and I've just been trepidating the forests. I'm trying to get northwest.
Just hanging
Sure.
out,
You've
checking out
been
the forest vibes here on this continent, or is there a reason you were here? If I can ask that.
One day I'll tell you.
That's fair. I respect your boundaries.
She's
you've been
good.
getting
with that.
lost a lot.
Oh, I do not get lost.
It was a fluke.
You do get found though.
I do get found. That was unfortunate. Yes.
And
But
Tobias,
hey, here we are.
are you good to come with us as well?
Well, Oracine, it's very noble of you to be joining, and I mean, I do have some skills that could probably be useful. However, I do have mounting debt that I need to get rid of. But this could be lucrative. So, that being said, I believe I will accompany you on this journey. I like to be part of the solution and not the problem. However, I am
For once
trying
in
to
his
get
life.
to. I'll ignore that. I am trying to get to Belwick Academy. That's kind of why I started out on this journey. So if we are going that way, I am more than happy to join you. If we get there, I might skip out.
Well, Cypher, you've actually heard of Belwick Academy, being from the Holdremian Kingdom. Belwick Academy is one of the most prestigious colleges for arcane study.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to become a proper learned man, eh?
Well, I like to consider myself fairly learned already, but one can never read too many books.
Okay. Well, I think Barack and I have some skills that could help both of you. I'm really good at convincing people that you don't have debt anymore. Also very good at convincing them that, like, if you've already paid it off. Yeah, very good at that. Could probably help with that. As for magically opening ports, not my specialty. Convincing people to let you into academy could definitely help with that. But yeah, let's make a tentative agreement to hang out, kill some zombie geolucents, see if we can make money, and go from there.
Yeah, I like that idea. I mean, you seem to be able to scratch my back, and I wouldn't say this is me scratching your back, but more so scratching the back of the entire continent.
Yes, and they're not good at scratching ours back.
No, it is a noble cause, though. So, I mean, what better things are there to do, right? Food stand didn't work out for us, so.
I think the food needed work, but the drinks were great.
Listen, I don't really know how to cook that fucking well, alright? So,
Well,
you stuck me back there in the hot oven area, and I tried to do my best, but I am not that dexterous.
You also put yourself back there. You said, I'm not great with people, Cypher. I'm not great with people, Cypher. I shouldn't be out with people.
With food, alright? So, I didn't really know my place in that scenario. We tried and failed, but
We tried
would
and
agree,
didn't succeed. That's different.
I probably wouldn't make Borok the face of the establishment, but
He's got a very handsome face, though.
but
It's just
yeah,
the
but
Saying about my face.
Okay.
he lacks a little bit of tact, if you know what I mean.
It is.
But that a lot of that, the success of the food truck business is location. I think you got to find the right location to just sit down, and you pick everything up, and you go to a new location once you've sold to everyone there.
That's a good
That's
point.
what I do.
Yeah, that's a good point. We could actually learn from that because we were just kind of in the middle of nowhere a good chunk of the time.
I did
The
say I
rates
was an
were really
entrepreneur.
The real issue was that we were near my encampment of my people, the Bloodhands, and they all know how bad of a cook I am, so it was kind of doomed from the start.
Well,
Great
back
dancers,
up.
though.
What are the Bloodhands?
That's my tribe. It's it's where I come from, Tamaravi Plains, down south.
Are there many other tribes, or is yours the one and only?
Well, ours is the main one there. I'm sure there's other ones elsewhere, but we're in a tentative agreement now with the Commandant dynasty down there that wasn't so tentative for a long time. So, yeah, we're it's a whole thing that I'm sure we can talk about it, another time.
I feel
Fun
like we'll be
fact
doing
about-
a lot of walking, so.
And the fun fact about the Bloodhands is if you don't have bloody hands at any given time in their camps, you're shunned forever.
I was going to ask about the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
It's a very
no, that's-
intimidating
that's-
name.
That's the reason.
Cypher, do you want to roll deception?
I'd love to.
Can I aid because I agreed with it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Those was 9 and a 6, but it's plus 13. So 22.
She has 13 deception.
Oh god. Orsina, Tobias, you want to roll insight on that?
I just like messing with people. It just gives Cypher so much joy.
24.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
So she caught that.
yeah.
I
Just
did
saw the
not.
glint in my eye.
I got 12.
But I might not say anything.
Tobias,
Yeah.
you fully believe it, and you look down at your hands almost a little bit too. Orsina, yeah, it's just that look. It's just the maybe.
Yeah, but
So-
I'm gonna let
roll
Tobias
it.
believe it.
I give her a little wink. Yeah.
Oh
Alright.
wow. All right. So if you're all ready, why don't we start off into the direction where? Well, actually, you tell me where you want to go.
There was two options, right? You were saying there was the clearing or the frozen lake.
The lake.
Right. So where you are situated in the town, you exit. You're kind of looking outside Pine Hovel right now in the town center proper. If you look to the south, there is a line of trees, and it looks like there's just really one path that takes you in there, and then there's another path that kind of skirts around the edge of it. But asking Harrow does point that out and confirm that that's the Tolnoque Wood, and the first clearing would be in the center of it, and then the other side would be closer to the Silver Stream River, which is a little bit further south into the woods.
Well, I mean,
I'm assuming Orsina's been through these woods because it's around the town. Yes.
Well, why don't you roll a nature check for me? You've been there. Let's see if you remember them.
12.
You remember some path. You remember the path to the Willow Tree, actually.
I remember a path to a willow tree.
Oh, that could be helpful.
Don't
That's
really
really
know
curious.
Maybe helps.
well, maybe
I
let's
love willow
do
trees. My
let's try
favorite
this
type of
clearing
tree.
first.
So
Onward.
as you walk toward the Tolnoque Wood, there was a fresh dumping of snow. Borok, you're still kind of getting used to being in snow snow-covered country. Orsina, Tobias, Cypher, this is something that you've, a regular occurrence from where you all hail from. Getting to the woods, though, you notice that there is, it would have been a dense forest in the summer or in the spring, but right now there's just a few pine trees dotting the horizon, but all these barren trees really close together in the wood. When you enter into the wood, you can feel the closeness of the sound not really reverberating off of with the snow and the trees, and there's just a gray overcast sky above. Now the path kind of got a little snowed in, Orsina. What are you all doing?
Oroc's there with his bear cloak, and he's just fucking hate this place.
I'm supposed to be very good at checking and following tracks. Is that anything I can see, or try to?
Yeah, you can obviously roll.
Yeah.
You can roll a survival check if you'd like.
Yes,
What
I
are-
can.
What are you looking for? I'll help you out with this. I'm
Well,
pretty good
we're
at tracking.
seeing if there's any activities that will disturb this path that we're on. 21.
21?
Mhm.
Through the fresh snow and the hard ground, it's a little difficult to kind of catch a glimpse of a path or a track directly. But you do see, as you continue to walk into the wood, you see a tree. A little bit of the bark has been scratched off of it, and it looks like 4 large claw marks. And embedded in one of the claw marks of the tree is a crystal shard.
Oh, no, you're
Dun,
serious.
dun, dun. We shouldn't touch that.
I'm gonna walk up to it and just examine the claw mark. I assume it's a bear, but
Does it look
Yeah,
like...
can I see what kind of claw mark it is?
Well, yeah, if Bo and Orsina, whoever wants to do the roll, can do an investigation.
Wouldn't it be nature though? Maybe.
investigation. I got a +4. I don't know what you got.
I got a +1, so you do it.
All right. 18.
18. Okay. Bo and Orsina, you kind of you bump into each other as you're kind of going toward the tree together to take a look, and you recollect from the night before the fight, and you remember the one geolucent that tried to attack Tobias had a long clawed hand that was made out of gems.
Oh, right.
The hand placement seems very, Orsina and Bo, you're first kind of like, well, it looks like a bear, and Orsina's like, well, no, the claws aren't that far apart. They should be like this. She kind of corrects you on that, and you're like, also, it's definitely a hand.
Right. Well, it looks like that one's up this way somewhere. Can I look down? Can I look down and try
I've
and
got an
perceive
idea.
any traps? Okay.
Orsina, do you think that you could possibly turn into a bird and fly up overhead and see what you might be able to find?
Well, the woods are dense, right?
Yeah, but there's no leaves. They're all dead trees.
I mean,
We could also ask an animal to do that for us.
are there any animals around?
I don't believe above the table. I don't think flying comes until later levels.
Oh, she has flying.
I have flying.
Oh, you have flying. Okay.
Yeah, she turned into a giant eagle last episode.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
But there.
Oh, right,
if you
level
wanna-
fucking 8. Idiot.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want to take
Yeah.
a look at if you want to do a quick nature check to see if there's any, or survival, up to you, on if there's any animals around?
Survival.
Okay, go ahead.
15.
15. You look around and you see actually not too far, about 60 feet in front of you, a raccoon inside its little hovel, a little hole inside of a dead tree, and it's just, you can see it kind of nestled in, trying to sleep.
I love raccoons so much.
So
I'd
cute.
I'd like to approach it slowly because it is sleeping. We're trying to. I'd like to speak to it, please.
Okay.
Okay.
So Tobias, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
So you're gonna approach it slowly as to not wake it, but then you're gonna try and
to it.
talk. So
Yeah,
you're
I'm
gonna
just
wake it up
like-
anyway.
Excuse me, hi. Not to scare it. Just like,
Are you-
hi, excuse
Are
me.
you casting like a spell to talk to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Have
then
it-
you're gonna talk to it.
No,
Oh,
no, I
God.
can't.
Oh god,
I don't have that. I can speak. It's a spell.
You what?
It's a spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're casting Speak with Animals?
Yeah.
Okay, so Orsina, you walk up to this tree ever so quietly and just knock on the side of the little hovel. And at the same time as you're knocking, you cast Speak with Animals, and you hear like a little rustling first, and you just hear
Can I knock a little?
"Oh,
Oh. It's up.
what can I do for you?"
Hi. I'm so sorry to have disturbed your sleep. But we saw a little mark on the tree over there, and it's important that we know where whatever that caused it went.
Yeah.
You were here. Did you see
Yeah, I
anything?
was. You know that bastard that come through here.
You,
Yeah, what does it look like?
now on the outside, all you hear is in the background.
Sorry, love. What you want? What you want now?
Where did it go?
Oh, well, let me ask you. You won't know about that one or the other ones?
There's more than one.
Oh yeah, loads of them around here.
And then I turned to the group and I was like, he said there's lots of them. Do
Good.
we want to
Uh,
follow one?
We want to know where they all come from.
And then, do you know where they came from?
Oh. Yeah. Well, see, they shamble in and out of here. Whatever you lot do with the two legs walking around.
and he kind of mimics. He gets up on his hind legs and kind of mimics just a
God,
like,
I love
walk?
this guy.
and he goes,
Oh, well, a few of them. There was one. They all kind of head down.
and he points in a direction out over to the well, from where you are, it's a little bit more to the south.
He's like, but there was loads of them kind of moving in and around here. It was kind of tough to know, but I think, when I was doing a little foraging last night, I did see him walking around the Willow Tree, and then, well, the Willow Tree's busted now. It's all messed up. But, my family had to move out of it.
Oh, I'm so
Terrible
sorry.
business it is.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
And I turn around and just TLDR it to the team. I was like, looks like we're going to the Willow Tree, maybe. See where they
We
came
were
from.
at the Willow Tree.
Till it-
Sorry, what's your name?
Oh,
Do you have a name?
well, my name's Gisket. Do you know how... Gisket.
It's Gisket. I say to Borok.
All right. Well,
Oh,
Gisket, tell Gisket not to touch the purple stuff.
Ooh, don't touch the purple stuff, okay? I know it's shiny. Just don't touch it. Tell all your raccoon
I
friends
wouldn't
not to touch it.
at all. That got me family.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
They turned into a little bit of unfortunate. I don't want to talk about it too much.
So you know what they can do. If you see anything, I'm very good with animals, so just send a message, find me. If you know anything. If you see anything weird.
Oh yeah, I'll
We'll
find
be
you if I
around.
can. Might be a little difficult, but yeah, I'll let you know. What's your name?
Orsina, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. He holds out his little raccoon paw.
Oh,
Well, I hope you don't mind. Just get back to me sleep.
yeah, sorry.
over
Thank
there.
you very much for your help.
Well,
Okay.
bye.
Bye. Okay, so I stand up, realizing how weird it must all sound. This is just a raccoony voice. Like, so it looks like they're all around the forest, so we should be vigilant. And the Willow Tree seems to have a lot of activities around it, if we want to check it out.
Well, I guess the Willow Tree's the way to go. That was very impressive, by the way. I like that.
Was.
He didn't sound like what I expected him to sound.
They
Really?
rarely do.
Yeah, he's a little
Imagine-
gruff.
I'm imagining him to sound more like a Boston accent, kind of. That's what I'm imagining.
What does that sound like?
Good question. That guy, I assume.
What is a boss tone?
What is the bus?
Frick's taunt?
I expected more of a high-pitched, squeaky sound. Yeah, it's not. It's not like that at all. It's a gruff, like almost like Borok, actually. Just a
Oh,
little bit.
Maybe
Wow.
he's a part of the
Gruff.
Bloodhands.
well, I like Gisket, then maybe we'll keep Gisket around.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I just dump out some food for him. I just put it in his little burrow.
Oh, that's nice of you.
No.
You see, like, just you see Gisket turn around and, huh? And he's like, pull it in a little bit. And then he goes,
Oh, yeah.
And I just,
little
I just look at him and I go,
he looks and goes,
okay, I love it. I'll take it.
All right,
So,
off to the Willow Tree we go.
Yeah, the active Willow Tree. They are the extroverts of the tree family.
Is that so?
That's an
I
interesting.
didn't know that.
So I've heard. It's,
You know so many random things.
I'm
So
well read.
roguely. Peter, do we remember, like, is there a way to attract geolucents to us that we've experienced?
not that you know of, unfortunately. You know kind of what they look like and how they act, but did not really know about drawing them near.
Okay.
Well, I know the way to the Willow Tree. If we want to just.
Well,
I really
will,
thought we were already at the Willow Tree, so let's go to the Willow Tree.
follow you then.
All right. So,
Go.
I need one of y'all to do a, you got a general idea with advantage. I need someone to roll at least a survival or a nature check to navigate
I got
through this.
I got a +7 to the survival. Does that work?
Works
How
for
much?
me.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Do we get advantage?
27.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Nice.
Bo,
So we'll
it's-
survive.
You
Sorry,
know,
a 19, not a natural 20.
Oh.
My bad.
as you walk through the snow and you take your time kind of getting to know the terrain, and you see this, how the wind affects the snow drifts and kind of creates a almost like very similar snow drift to a drift to like a sand, and you're kind of starting to get it, like, oh, this kind of is like wet sand in a way.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking through, you narrowly avoid a deep pit of snow that kind of goes into actually a little bit of a hovel in the ground. The snow kind of gives way, and you can see underneath there's like a stone outcropping and some broken ground there, and you navigate around it.
Does it seem like that was
That's not natural.
a man-made trap, or is it just something that was covered in snow that might have been just a hole? Yeah. conspicuous.
We'll use the roll that you had before. You see that it's more so like someone had dug it out in the ground, and you can see roots ripped out and very rudimentary stuck into the ground.
All right. Well, let's watch out for those, I guess.
That's weird, though, right? Are they
It's
are they
definitely
smart
weird.
enough to make something like that?
It could have been them. It could have been them when they were human. It could have been them trying to hide from something. There's lots of.
Could
lots
it
of-
have been
lots
the
of ways
robe
it could have been.
figure?
Could have been what? Sorry.
Could have been the robe figure?
I mean, could have been anybody. I guess. Would we know this to be a tactic of the Geolucents or the Geolucent mages? That's what I'm going to call them because I don't know anything else about them.
Roll history.
That's Nate.
So, Bo, unfortunately, you and Cypher have only run into one Purple Robe before, and that was in Talrand. Unfortunately, you don't have too much information on how they act. You just know that they generally try and find secluded areas. That's about it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, keep an eye on this and move towards that Willow Tree still.
All right. Okay. As you move toward the Willow Tree, you start hearing like a groan, almost. It's first it sounds like it's just a little noise on the wind, but then you hear like a off into the distance.
It's probably one of them. They are pretty tortured from the sounds of it. Most of the time, it'll get in your head. Just try not to think about it when you're coming across them.
That is a sound we're familiar with then?
I mean, you've heard a lot of people in pain.
True.
Yeah. It does sound like someone is in pain.
Does that mean they're turning into one of these?
I don't know. But
From-
let's follow the pain. Metaphor for life.
From my understanding, at different sections of the transition, the human is still partially there, and they do feel pain. So, yeah, generally they kind of wail a lot, and they talk a lot to nobody. They kind of just go crazy for the most part.
Should we go and end their suffering, maybe?
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Yes, absolutely.
You as you're having this discussion, you hear the cries of pain becoming a little bit more and more loud as time goes on. Are you to walk towards the noise, or are you walking away from it?
Yeah, we'll walk towards it,
It's
and I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on us. So
Okay.
we can sneak up there.
All right. Actually, that'd be great. If you can all roll stealth.
Everyone add a +10 to your stealth.
natty 19. Oh, fuck yeah. Plus
And-
8.
27.
Ooh,
31.
27 plus 10 is 37.
It was 17
Tobias, I
plus
think you have
10.
disadvantage because of your gear, by the way.
Yeah.
Who brought this city man in? I'm just kidding.
City mans.
City mans.
What was I adding? It was 10?
Plus
Yes.
10, yeah.
Okay, so 22.
Okay. Well, thankfully, everyone, it was a group success. Thanks to Borok's Pass Without a Trace. As you all move a little bit more silently, Boak is kind of telling you where to step as to not make a sound. Now that he's kind of gotten an idea of the snow and how to move in it, you see a clearing, and not a clearing, sorry. You see snow kind of dug out around an area, and you happen upon a woman. A woman who is in her night dress, her nightgown, and seems to be laying on the ground, clutching the side of her arm and like with both of her hands, and she keeps making like these like labored pains, just and you can see these veins, these her veins almost blue and purplish kind of coming out through her face, and she seems out of it a little bit.
Peter, what I know from the past, this is just going back again, if lesser restoration would halt or ease the transition so that we might be able to buy some time, or is that
Let me check. I have actually put up a note on this just in case. So no, you knew that lesser restoration last time you tried did not work for that.
okay, right, okay.
I think that's Sarlina. The missing
Was that the
town.
one that owned the house?
Yeah, the house.
No, that's there was a we burned the house down of Tina, then there was Sarlina or Sarlina.
Serlina, you're right. You had it right. You had it right.
Sarlina.
I think that might be her. 'Cause she's the one that was missing.
Yeah,
First house we went into, that I kicked the door down and it was empty.
right.
Um,
Ma'am,
Sarlina,
ma'am,
dear?
Even in the cold winter day, you can see she is drenched in sweat, and like her dark hair is kind of like stuck to her face, and she's looking around, and you can tell when you're saying her name, she's picking up on it, and she's turning around and looking at you.
Sarlina, you're infected. You're going to become a geolucent. Please remain calm.
Um,
has that ever worked for us before?
No, we're gonna have to kill her, but maybe she won't attack us right away.
she lets her arm down, and you
Oh.
can see sticking out of her right shoulder a crystal shard. It looks like it was just pierced into her.
Oh, not
And
like it's coming out of her.
She was turned by something.
Yeah.
well,
Someone.
Bo and Cypher, you know that a shard usually starts as almost a rash,
Yeah.
and then it becomes scab-like, and then it starts to calcify and become bigger and bigger and bigger, and
Yeah.
eventually bursting out of the skin. But looking at the area, there's no infection around there. It's just
Oh.
it's just been stabbed in, and you can see the veins starting to disperse from it.
Bo is going to swiftly, without consulting, walk
Oh, no.
over with his glove on and just rip it out. And immediately after that, cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Okay, roll.
And Cypher's she just is there right behind him.
Do you want me to roll a
he gets
dex
attacked.
to see if she fights me off or anything like that, or do you want me to just roll the Cure Wounds?
Roll the cure wounds. She's
Okay.
pretty much incapacitated at this moment.
All right, she gets nine healing points back.
9 healing points. Okay. Thank you. You remove the crystal shard real quick, and you chuck it to the ground, and you put your hands on the infected area, and you cast Cure Wounds. You feel a warmth going through. You don't know if it's done anything 100%, but you can see that the veins underneath the skin are still like pulsating.
I'll
Will it make sense if I also cast a Cure Wounds? Is it just like not enough, you think?
it probably isn't that. She's still infected.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think to maybe do You're not gonna like this, but I think we have to do it. I'm going to light. I'm gonna light up a torch, and I'm going to put my axe to the torch until it's nice and hot, and I'm gonna cauterize the wound and see if that will burn out any of the.
I thought you were gonna cut her arm off.
Well, I was just gonna ask how far the infection is up her
Yeah,
arm, like up into her neck and stuff.
You can see the infection goes up here. To explain, sorry if people are listening, up the shoulder to the neck and a little bit onto the cheek on the right
Too
side.
late for amputation.
Yeah, so we'll cauterize and see if that does anything, and then I'll bandage her up.
Bo, while you quickly act and you light up a torch and you're just holding your axe until it gets fire hot red, and you place the axe on the skinning. You hear like a psss, and the steam comes off of it. Oddly enough, there isn't much of a scream from her other than just a labored like in the background. And she lays onto her side after you burn her. She lays on her left side, and she's kind of just laying there still right now.
Sarlina, do you know who did this to you?
You hear her kind of in and out say, They dragged me here.
Who dragged you here?
The men, the women, the monsters.
Are they all monsters? Was there one in a purple robe?
And she like looks up immediately, eyes wide, and just grabs your arm. And she's like, "You saw her?"
Her.
We're looking for her. The one with the red lipstick?
Yes. She to the lake, and then just passes out.
To lay?
To the lake.
To the light? Lake.
Lake.
To the lake.
Lake.
Callie, I think you froze your camera.
Oh.
there.
Yeah, you're.
Just letting you know.
Webcam's dumb. Continue. I'll come back.
Yeah.
So, hold on. Did she pass out or is she dead?
She passed out.
Okay.
You can tell she's still breathing heavily, but she's passed out.
guess we're going
Does
for
it
it.
look like the burn did any, like is anything receding the veins lines?
From that conversation that you had with her, you see that there's no real change right now, but in the area that you did cauterize, there seems to be a little bit of clear skin now. It's obviously red and inflamed, but the surrounding area around it, the veins are still crawling out and moving across her skin.
I don't know if it's my job to just burn her skin.
What would happen if we burn it at the top where it ends?
I think.
Will it stop it?
Well, I don't know. This is all new territory for me. I
Yeah,
just
we've
kind
never seen this
of tried to
before.
act.
Let's try it. She's passed out anyways.
You're gonna want to stick this in her mouth, and I tear off a piece of fabric and
Wait.
wrap
Would
it
it be
around her mouth.
would it be easier if perhaps I froze her and we kind of smashed the ice?
Like smashed her arm off?
Yeah.
Like
That's-
break her
We
arm?
let's
Think-
put that in the tank for later.
I believe that the infection has gotten up to here, so even
Yep.
just losing her arm, I don't think that's gonna do it. But it
Well,
seems like
at
burning
this
it
point, could we
is
only save her head?
way to go. No, we can like save everything else except for this, like this area.
Okay, come on.
Well, I don't have much faith that we're gonna be able to save her, but
You
Fuck
gotta
it, let's do
try.
it.
try.
We gotta try. She's gonna be
Try.
dead otherwise. So everything we can do. All right, I'll take that torch and just, you know.
All right.
all the way up and down.
To Serlena's passed out corpse, you take a. Actually, this time, Bo, you let the torch die out a bit and just use the burning embers to roll it along the side of the infected area, leaving a burned mark all the way up to the side of her face. Aside from some wincing and tensing of the muscles, she has already been completely out. And who knows what happens from there.
Well, because in theory, making blisters would create or creating burns would create blisters, and I'm like, maybe we could pull the infection out via blister.
That's the thought, but
Well,
I
the
mean-
area that you burned the first time is cleared out a bit, right?
yeah.
So wouldn't this... What happened? Can we see what's happening with the skin around it? Like,
Do you want to take the time to sit here and look at that?
I don't think we should do that, but we can probably take her with us. How large of a woman is this?
Oh, she's pretty. What a question to ask. She's probably about 5'1", 100, like she's a little malnourished.
Over the shoulder she goes.
Okay, like-
you can totally take her. I
Yeah.
worked out yesterday. I'm a little sore.
You quickly pull Serlina up
I'll
over
wrap
your shoulder.
I'm gonna wrap my bear cloak around her so she's warmer.
Okay.
aww.
Okay, very nice. Yeah, are you going to be continuing on your path with Serlina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Didn't she say the lake?
The lake. Yeah, we're
Well,
gonna
she
go
said the
Play.
To our
you're-
knowledge, the lake and the willow are not in the same direction, yes? Or is it?
To your knowledge, and
Because I know how to get to the willow. Is there a lake around the willow anywhere?
you're not 100% sure.
this druid.
Excuse me. I
she's to
can.
the lake.
Mm,
So
I guess it's frozen lake, so it's not like. I don't think I can tell where that is. It's annoying. Can we go back to how far are we from the raccoon? Does he know where the lake is?
You're not too far from the raccoon. It's probably just a little.
Can I quickly run back and wake him up again?
Yeah, if you want to take the 10-minute detour, go ahead.
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's not that far, but it's still going to take some time.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I
I'll,
actually think we go to the willow first, and
Okay.
then
All right.
backtrack to the lake.
Maybe we'll pass by the lake
when
when we go over there.
yeah, I think the willow's a good idea, just because that's what Gisket advised, and we don't really know exactly what she said. May have been the lake, may have been the light, may have been the.
Well, it makes sense that they were
Some-
mentioning the lake because someone in town was mentioning the lake as well.
Haro mentioned.
Haro was mentioning the
about
lake, yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Killisle Lake.
Kinlyle.
let's try the willow first, and
Killisle.
then we'll go back to the
Okay.
lake.
With Serlina slung over your shoulder, you head in the path that Orsina, Bo, and Gisket kind of carved out for themselves, and you eventually happen upon a clearing. Within the next, it's probably about midday. You left pretty early in the day. You decided to proceed into the snow-covered clearing. It's odd because it's a very circular clearing, and there's no trees for 120 feet except dead in the center. There is a willow tree, but the willow tree looks like it's been split down the middle, and one side is standing up and the other side is standing over with all the branches splayed out.
Well, that's ominous.
Seems odd.
I don't think it was like that when I saw it last time.
Orsina, actually, last time when you saw it, it was in the dead of night, and you remember the leaves dimly glowing like a blue.
Oh.
Yes.
I think we should do a check on this area before we proceed any further.
I'll take my goggles out, put them on my face, and I want to take a look around to see if there's any motion or action around this clearing or by the tree.
Okay, for sure. Tobias, you said you wanted to do a check first, though?
Yeah, I'll do a check. Can I do a magic check?
You want to do Arcana? Go ahead.
Yeah.
And I would like to dig into the snow with my hoof until I get to ground and see if the ground looks normal.
Okay.
25.
25,
Oh,
Tobias. That's very nice.
Ooh,
So
well done.
Thank you.
you clear your hands, clear some of the snow, and you just kind of get a sense of the area here, and you definitely do feel a little bit of a arcane energy about the area. It's almost like a hum. You could almost, once you've tuned into it. Cypher, when you clear some of the snow with your hoof, you see that the ground is, other than frozen and, little brown from the being trodden over and the winter, it looks fairly normal.
Okay.
Bo, you flip your eagle goggles on, and you take the kind of the shape of an eagle in the first little bit. And what are you looking for specifically?
So I'm looking for mostly geos, any movement in the sudden area, and also basically just seeing if the tree, has any purple shards on it, or if there's basically anything that looks amiss.
Yeah, sure.
And that's a 20.
Looking in the area around you, you zoom in first to the tree. And judging by the way the tree's been split and broken, this has actually been a tree that's been broken for a year or so now. It's the you can kind of see with the tree, the bark is not as living, I guess you could say. It's like when you chop wood and it dries out, it looks very dried out. So that's the first thing you notice, that it's been around for a while. The surrounding area, you do a quick cursory glance, but you do see some tracks moving in and out of the snow.
All right.
And I think right now is a perfect time to take a break. So, folks, we'll be right back. And we're back, folks. And there was a quick break, so thank you for sticking around. But let's jump back into the story. So, as a reminder, Cypher, you looked into the ground around the willow tree. There was no real infection that jumped out at you. Tobias, you did an Arcana check. You felt there was some sort of magic in the area, but you felt it more like a little bit of a dull thrum. Now, Bo, you looked around with your eagle goggles, and you saw that the tree is dried out. It looks like it was cut down a while ago. But you also see some tracks in the area.
Do they look like human tracks or animal
Do we know
tracks?
what
Or
tracks?
You see that they are indeed humanoid tracks. But there are some animal tracks in and out of there. But there's more that seem to be, the humanoid tracks seem to be moving with in unison or with direction, I guess you could say.
Interesting.
You can generally tell when
Gambling.
something's moving, like, you know, just to forage or not.
Right. Especially. Oh, no, never mind.
Can we check how like close or far they are? Like, can we hear anything?
Do you want to do a just straight insight check to see if you can just hear?
18.
You all quiet down for a second. And Orsina lifts her ear. And you just hear mostly just the wind going through the trees, the trees shaking a bit. You don't hear too much other than that.
So I don't think they're around here.
That you
I
know
don't hear
of.
anything.
Okay.
My ears could fool me, but
Well,
not usually.
if I was a betting man, I would say that since all these tracks seem to be going one way, then that might be leading us to the lake.
It's just curious that there's this tree and it has geodes coming out of it.
No, there's no geodes coming out of it.
So why is this tree important to this robed figure? I don't. And you're sensing arcana around here, Tobias, you said, right?
Yeah, there's
So-
definitely magic afoot.
Is there a way you can
area.
hone in on it? That's not an area of mere Beau's expertise.
I could try. Hold on a second. Okay, I'll roll another check. Ooh, not so good. 11.
So when you look around, you see, and you do a little bit of an arcana check, you get the general feeling that at one point this area was of arcane significance, but you can't directly know why or what exactly was significant about it.
So, this area definitely has some arcane significance. Now, if we look and we see that tree right in the middle there, everything's clear around it. It's been dead and broken for about a year, so I don't think that this particular area has been used so recently, but who knows what lasting magical
It
effect
did. The leaves did glow blue at night.
Huh.
So there's something going on.
Interesting.
I would be worried about, getting closer to the tree. Maybe we could throw a rock or something, see if anything goes off or goes awry, going closer to that tree.
Rock's gonna walk up to the tree.
Barak is the rock.
I am the rock.
Barak as.
Barak the
Well,
rock.
I
rock.
appreciate your
Rock.
gumption, son.
So, Bo, you walk up to the tree, just trudge through the snow that's kind of ankle to calf height, and you walk through, and you get to this large tree. The scale of it, even if it being cleaved in half, is pretty large. You can see that as you get closer to the tree, something in the front had cleaved it. You can see clear marks of a sword chopping at the tree. Downward swipes. But you see the back of the tree is kind of split, like it almost like cracked itself just due to the weight of the tree. It's weird because the inside of the tree you would think look would look solid, with rings of a tree, but it looked almost hollow. Like it was almost dug out in the middle.
Can I inspect the hollowed out part carefully?
Yeah, sure.
What do you want for that?
Let's do a nature.
Oh, I don't like that one. Oh, that's a 5.
It was indeed hollowed out somehow.
Yep. No,
I'll give you
solid.
this. I'll give you this. It doesn't look like it was hollowed out by a weapon. It looks
All right.
smooth and hollow on the inside.
Can I? I'll go up behind Borok and I'll just lift my hand, and a viney, flowery, spectral hand kind of lifts off my hand and enters the hole, and my mage hand will just kind of root around the hole.
Okay. The mage hand starts going in, and there's some, caught up in the debris of the tree. There's some dead leaves and stuff, and you're moving it around. There's not much other than just dead leaves here.
Okay.
Oh, this was Giskit's. This was Giskit's
Giskit
nest.
lived in a
home.
different tree.
Is it a nest of some sort? Like, can I come up to it and see if it's like a little critter's nest?
Orsina, with your background and your studies with the Venthana, that this is definitely somewhere where an animal would have nested at one point. Related to the situation or not, you're not 100% sure.
So I think what happened here is the tree got hollowed out for some reason, but it's also the perfect nest for some critter.
Wait a second. This woman here on my shoulder, because I just remembered I have her.
Oh, that's right.
So she was digging at a tree when we found her, was she not?
She was in a clearing area,
Oh, she was in a clearing
but
area,
there
okay.
was snow cleared from her, and it was just the ground.
Gotcha. And then this looks like someone's hit it with a sword a bunch, but it was split a year ago. Oh, I don't know. Things aren't adding up. I think we should follow the tracks to wherever they lead. There
I
I
seems
was
to
going
be
to say, I think we're just
game
this is
trail.
just a time sink now.
Orsina, with your passive perception, you hear a in the woods
Turns
to the west.
Is that
turns
where the
to-
path is?
No, this is not the path you came from.
No,
You
I
hear-
like where we see the trail going. Is that direction?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
So only I hear it?
Only you heard it. Yeah.
Okay, so I said to the west, and then I spin, and then just have my arm up just for defense.
All right. Can I look to the west?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to
We
tell
all look
everybody
to
to
the
look to the west.
Yeah.
To the west.
All of you whip to the side,
Yeah.
and it's quiet. Whatever
just moved in there.
spooked Orsina, you can't really see it. But now that you focused in on it, you can hear like trudging through the snow.
Let's jump behind this tree. Split part. See if we can, hide from it for a minute. Just see what it is.
I like that
Not a bad
idea.
The element
Yeah.
of surprise is usually better.
You still have pass without a trace. That was a lisp. Pass without a trace.
Mhm.
Go in effect. So can everyone make a stealth check again, please?
Oh dear, not a great roll.
Plus 10
Still
though,
a
right?
20
Plus
though.
10. Plus 10. Yeah.
21.
I rolled a 2 and I still came out with a 20. That's amazing.
Natural 20 for a 40.
So
Oh,
Bo is in another
yes!
dimension, as per
Wow.
usual.
Oh no! Oh!
21 here.
Tobias, what'd you get? Sorry,
21.
21. All right.
I
And
am
you said
the
you
snow.
were hiding behind what again?
the tree, basically, whatever.
The broken willow tree.
The broken part, yeah, the broken part.
Okay,
Doing that
so
like Scooby-Doo around the door frame thing where we're all of our heads are stacked around the door frame.
okay, so you Scooby-Doo yourselves around the the part of the tree, and you let yourselves just sit there for a second, quiet, and 5 minutes goes by, no real movement, but then
Can I
you
still
catch
hear
it.
something?
You catch the glimpse of a tunic and then a female form, and you see as the tree comes out of the clearing, half of her face almost looks like it's just been extended by the crystal, and half of her face is pulled up due to the tensing of the skin, and she's just kind of walking around.
I just got chills.
And
That
then
is grotesque.
Didn't like that.
you see from the other side a dwarf come out, and the dwarf's left leg all the way up to the side of its body, it's almost dragging this arm behind it, starts walking around, and they're almost just walking around like and just kind of sniffing at the and at the sky. And then you see a lanky elf come out. This elf actually is missing an arm, and in replace of its arm is a sharp crystal dagger.
I'm going to put Orlina, or what was
Orsina?
Serlina down in like the crevice of the broken tree in the ground. And just
Okay.
kind of put some snow up on her and try and hide her a little bit. And go, well, let's see what else you two can do. And I'm going to draw my bow and fire the first one that I see, or the closest one to me.
Go ahead.
I don't like this.
I don't like when Peter smiles like that.
I don't like this at all.
I'm gonna
I
cast
can't. I
Hunter-
gotta be a better poker face. Just
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark, and I'm going to. You know what I'm gonna do, Peter. Fuck off.
yeah.
You put this in front of me because you know. I'm going to. Yeah. Fuck. Why am I now? I'm all fucking. What's it called?
Nervous or just
Nervous.
turn around?
Yeah. Turn around. That's a 14 to hit.
14 hit. That does hit. Roll damage.
So, piercing damage. Cool. So I'm gonna have that. So it will be 8 plus 4, 12 plus d6. Okay, so 13 damage. Do I
Whoa.
get 2 shots or just one because it's a surprise round?
Oh no.
You just get the one right now.
He said his name. Oh no.
Mhm.
Bo, you wait for the opportune moment, and you rest yourself up against the tree, steady yourself, take a deep breath, loose the arrow. Arrow sails through the wind, no problem, landing with a sickening clink and a thud, because when you shot it at the you said you shot it at the female one?
Whatever one was closest. Whatever one was closest to me.
Yeah, so that was the female one. It hit off the side of the face, sunk into the collarbone, and she kind of lurches back. Immediately, she turns around and lets out just a deafening.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Now, in the center of the area, you look around and you can hear movement, more movement through the trees. to the west, to the east, to the north, to the south, to the windows, to the walls. You
Sweat drop down my balls.
more. You see more crystal infected pulling out of the trees. Some of them missing torsos. Some of them all cut, like half of their torsos covered. You see 3, 4, 5. You count just at the quick look, Bo, of 15
We need to run.
charging towards you right now. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Is there something I can say? Oh, initiative.
Oh dear God.
Oh man.
I think we're past negotiation at this
Sucks.
point.
Yeah.
No, not to them, to you guys.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll let you do it as a if you want to do a bonus action before everyone starts to run, but go ahead.
I have a way to get me and Bo out of here. Do you guys have a way to get yourselves out of here? Can you fly? Can you do something?
I can fly.
Can you lift him?
Yes, I can lift him. I think.
Go invisible.
I can be a giant eagle.
Go invisible. Well, they can smell you. I don't know.
Take
Okay.
Selena with you. Take Selena in your claws.
I can do that.
Wait, no, but then we leave Tobias.
No, she can take 2 on a giant eagle. Should be
perfect.
fine.
You can ride on my back, I guess. Sure.
My initiative is 20,
Man,
by the way.
Mine is a 6.
I'm an 8.
25.
So Bo 6.
Yep.
Okay. Bias 25.
Yes.
Or Orsina 8.
8.
Cypher
20.
Okay. All right. Well, top of the round is Tobias. What are you doing? There's no need for a map here, by the way, folks. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, so I'm just going to cast a bunch of Mia images of myself just to distract them, leave them behind, so while we get away.
Okay. Okay. So you quickly throw out your spell book and you through it and you mutter a few things and just immediately one pops out of you and another one pops out of that one and another one pops out of that one and another one pops out of that one and they're all kind of standing around there, just immediately all looking panicked.
This gives me like Agent Smith in the Matrix vibes.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
It's good to be me.
Is that it for you? Okay. Cypher.
I'm going to grab onto Bo's shoulder and I will look to Tobias and Orsina. Now I got it.
Orsina.
And I'll just say,
Why can no one say my name?
meet us 500 feet north. And I say, I will go when you start flying. And I'll hold my action to Dimension Door me and Bo for when I
that's so
see
nice.
these two get off the ground.
Thank
Or
you.
these three, I guess.
Okay.
Right. Darlena.
All right. Well, it is now collectively the Geolucent Horde's turn.
What?
Fun.
You are surrounded on all fronts.
They're like 100 feet away, right?
They immediately, the one who took the arrow is the one closest to you, and is going to start to run directly towards you. They're going to use majority of their movement to circle in on you. Right now, they've used their whole movement, and they're about 60 feet away from you right now.
Fucking scary.
So now they're pretty close. Orsina, your turn.
Well, I was hoping to show y'all a different shape, but it's gonna be a giant eagle again.
Once again, you see Orsina just flap out her arms, and you see this black and gold with green flecks eagle just form from her body, and now you see this giant eagle standing in front of you.
All right.
Is it the end of your turn,
Can I
Orsina?
hop
And then
on?
climb. Yeah, we had an understanding.
Well,
Yeah,
Tobias, you
you're
didn't hold
sitting.
your turn. You didn't hold your turn to get on. That would have been an action.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
Oh shit. Yeah.
Can
that's not kosher.
Maybe
I
could you
guess
at
I
least pick
can't
up
grab
Serlina
anyone.
as your. Can you do that on your turn still? Pick up Serlina. With
Yeah,
your
can I grab them on my turn?
Forget her. Just grab me, and if you got
Well,
time, grab her.
I can grab 2. I have 2 claws.
I'll say as a free action, just because it's an NPC who's currently incapacitated. Yeah, you grab Serlina and put her into your you're prepping to take off in flight. You just kind of rest it on top of her.
Is wild shaping an action or a bonus
It's
action?
It's an action.
It's an action. Okay.
Actually, now it's Bo's turn.
Uh,
I just whispered, "Take a shot. I'll take us when we're ready."
well, I see that Tobias hasn't jumped on the bird yet, and can I use my action to grapple him onto the eagle?
Just throw him on top.
Throw him on top of the eagle?
Throw him on
Yeah,
top.
let's do that. Let's do that. I want you to roll a strength
Well.
check just to full on yard sail him onto it.
All right.
How undignified.
Come on.
You're just frozen in fear.
That's a 12.
It's a 12. Okay.
I shouldn't have carbo loaded this morning. God damn it.
Bo is just like panicked and he's like, "We gotta go!" Grabs him and just throws him toward Orsina. It's not as good as you hoped it was, but it brings him closer and he kind of lands on top, one arm over Orsina, the giant eagle side there. Top of the round though, Tobias.
Well, back to me. So I pull myself up, and well, I'll cast something on them. Well, we are up here. I'm gonna throw out a hypnotic pattern. Well, you said they're completely surrounding us, eh?
Yeah.
Is there any sort of front that is a little closer than the other ones, or are they all about 60 feet?
The path directly west that Bo had seen the footprints, that's the closest geolucent that you've seen in front of you.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out hypnotic pattern over in that area.
Okay. You flip through your spell book and you throw your hands up and begin doing these movements with your hands, and then you think hypnotic patterns would have went off, but the geolucent don't seem affected, and they continue to work towards you.
Well, my friends, looks like we got upgrades.
Is that the end of your turn, Tobias?
Oh. So I have pulled myself up onto Orsina.
Yes. You've used I will say you used half your movement to get on top of
All right.
Orsina.
I think I'm good then.
Okay. Cypher, your turn.
Still holding my turn. I just shuffle back over and grab Bo on the shoulder again to make sure that I got him, and then I hold my turn for when they take off, and I'll dimension door.
Okay.
Go! Get out of here!
The geolucent use the remainder of their turn to dash to cover that last 60 feet. They are surrounded. You are surrounded by 15
literally
geolucent right now.
Yeah.
Pardon?
What'd you say, Bo?
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. Just
You're
sign, cowboy.
Yeah, they use their dash, so they're not going to attack.
Okay.
But that's it.
With the rate
Bo.
up on us.
Your turn. Oh, sorry, Orsina, your turn.
I'm grabbing her and just flapping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flapping.
You fly up.
Yeah.
What's your armor class as a giant eagle?
It is 13.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Well, I don't know why I would to begin with. There was a 5 and a 9 they rolled,
Amazing.
and they would not have gotten you. So, as you blow snow completely out of the way, blinding the geolucent, they try and take a swipe at you. You can feel their claws going across your talons, but not making any purchase, and you fly up directly into the sky. You go your full feet, which is, I think that's for flight for a giant eagle is
10?
10.
60
60 feet.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Wait, hold on. It says 10 feet, fly 80 feet. Which one's which?
So 80
Flying.
feet.
80. You go.
Yeah.
Are you going your full movement 80 feet into the air?
Isn't 80 feet like speed? Or
80 feet is, you can go this way 80
You
feet,
can
this
up
way 80
and over.
feet. Yeah.
Let's go up
Direct.
20 feet, over 60. It's whatever.
Yeah, let's
I'll
do
send
that.
that
Let's
then.
do like 20 feet. And you said 500 meters? What's that in
I
feet?
said maybe 500 feet.
Oh, 500 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just like go up. Fuck. 20 feet.
Okay.
And then like start going to
The remainder
direction.
500. Okay, north. All right. So you fly up and you fly out towards the clearing. You clear almost the full clearing of where the tree is, but you can see now that in the trees there are more geolucent coming towards.
Can I give like a squeak of warning? Not a squeak.
Yeah,
Whatever giant
as
eagles
your free
make.
action, you go, and then end your turn. Bo, you're up.
No, because as soon as that happens, it activates.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she's
So
got her gun
I
action.
I have my hand on his shoulder, and I'll just like whisper in his ear. I'll say, "Yeehaw!" and I'll just like get the cloak around, and we'll just disappear in like a poof of purple or pinky yellow cipher smoke, and we will teleport 500 feet north.
Just as the geolucent are closing in, you can see them piling over each other to grab at you. You huddle over Bo, say your catchphrase now, and
Oh, shit.
and pink sparkles and pink smoke. You just fall through a door immediately, and then on the other side, 500 feet to the north, landing in the middle of the woods.
Gotta
Okay.
stop getting ourselves in those predicaments.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you have that, though.
Same.
So Bo, technically, you're now that her actions that their actions gone off, you can take it's your turn in the initiative.
I'm going to just cast a fog cloud
Okay.
at first level, and I'm going to center it. Center it on whatever's nearest to me, and just have that up as a smoke screen as we run the rest of the. I mean,
You lay your hand on it.
because the bird will be able to see the smoke as well, like the fog as well. So
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
catch it.
So you lay your hand on a tree, higher up on the tree, almost on a branch, and the fog cloud goes off, so it's a little bit higher. Is that ending your turn? Or
That ends. Yeah, that ends my turn.
okay, Tobias, you are now 20 feet in the air, feeling the wind on the back of bird Oracina. You notice
Majestic
now
eagle.
it's starting to snow a little bit more heavily as time goes on, though. What are you doing for your turn?
Well, I'm just gonna give Oracine a little pet. Good job. And I would like to. Okay, so are we heading in the direction that? I mean, I guess we don't know where they exactly landed, right? Or we know that they've gone north.
You know that, well, Cypher had said before this attack happened that 500 feet north.
Okay. So I will send them a message just to let them know that we are on our way and to wait for us if they can.
Does message have enough range for that?
Well, they move 60 feet after that. So they
I've
went
got-
20 feet up, 60 over. So they're like, I don't do math. So
My range on the message is 120 feet.
oh no, you
500
wouldn't be
feet
able
away.
to catch them.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll just hang on for the ride.
Okay. Cypher, you're up.
Oh, Cypher. Sorry, that's me. I was checking the chat. Like, I'll just like drop onto the ground and try to like get low and get hidden, and I'll just perceive my surroundings and see if there's any geolucens nearby, and I'll just kind of like center myself.
Okay. Can you just do a quick
Perceptione.
I would say perceptione. Yeah. The Italian perception.
It's a 4, so
Shut
a
up.
9.
It's a 9?
Yeah.
Through the fog cloud, unfortunately, that's starting to billow out. You can't really get a look at it, and you don't really see too much. And now it's starting to snow a little bit more heavily.
I'll just say, oh, I don't hear anything, do you? And I'll just be hunched down.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Orsina.
What can she do but fly?
Just
No,
fly.
So she's just you're gonna fly the full 80?
I'm just gonna do the full 80.
Okay.
You pick such
Would
a.
she be able to use the action to dash? The full
Yes.
160?
Oh yeah, if you want to
Oh.
do you want to do your full dash?
What is that? 260.
You use your
120.
action to dash, so you can move your movement, and then you can also move again.
Yeah.
Your full movement. Yeah.
So you can do 80 twice.
80 twice, so 160.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
why not?
Just as quick as the Dickens, flying through the trees. Tobias is just on your back. It's like the scene of Never-Ending Story if it was a bird and a mustachioed man.
I feel my
Um,
mustache starting to uncurl.
Orsina, with your eagle eyes, though, you do see off in the distance, off to the right, a lake.
Oh.
And that is the end of your turn. All right. So now that's the Geolucent's turn, and they're... Well, you don't know where they are. They took their turn. We'll see what they did. Bo.
I'm going to just hunch down by a tree and say, I don't know, do you think we should just start running due north some more, or do you want to wait for them to get here? And I'll say that to Cypher.
I don't know. If maybe we're far enough away from the horde, they're not out here. It's 500 feet's pretty far.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna hide then. Wait till they. Actually, no. I'm going to hold my action to use my earring of message to message whoever I see in the eagle form, or if I see Tobias first, whatever. At my 120 feet range.
Okay. Top of the round, Tobias. You're now... Well, you've moved... Hold on. This is really sad. I have to get my calculator up to see how far you moved before. Hold on.
There's 280 left in the distance.
Okay. So, Tobias, you're not really within range as of yet for a message. You keep trying. You're like to the side of your ear trying to do messages.
And
what else
while
are you
I'm
doing?
doing that, I'm just bitching about Bo to Orsina. That inconsiderate, he just got us in that mess. Pissed off.
Inconsiderate what? Beeb?
Oob.
Boop!
Inconsiderate boob?
Cypher, it's your
That's,
turn.
I will also just...
She froze. She froze at the perfect time. Oh, the suspense.
Damn it.
We lost Cypher.
Just holding her action.
Oh, there we
Sorry
go.
about
There.
that. I pressed the back button on my mouse. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I will also just hide and I'll keep an eye on the sky through the fog cloud to see if I can see them. And that will be my turn. I guess hiding's an action, eh?
Hiding is an action, yes.
So maybe I won't hide. I won't hide. Instead, I will hold my action to just start running.
Wait,
Okay.
is your pass without a trace still on, Bo?
No, because I cast a fog cloud, so it's concentration.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a thing for that. Okay, I will actually... No, I'll just hold my action to start running if I see geolucence coming in.
Okay. Orsina, your turn.
Still doing the same thing.
Okay. You
I
still keep you so you do the 80, you do another 80,
Yeah.
and Bo, that triggers your message.
Yes,
Down
it
here.
does.
Yeah, down here, fog cloud. Do you want us to start running? You'll catch us. You can respond to this message.
Wait, can't you write something in the sky?
She
Via?
messaged
Don't
you.
you just have
Yeah,
Skyride?
You heard a message
But
in
I-
your ear.
But I can't
Yeah.
reply, right?
Yeah, you can.
I can reply, or you can reply. I don't know.
But you
I-
don't know because wait, hold on. Bo, you shouldn't give it to me because I can't speak right now.
You hear it in your head, so I believe.
But I can't relay the
As a
message.
druid, you keep your
to-
wisdom and your intelligence, I believe.
Yeah,
which
so I
means
understand it, but
you
I
understand, but you can respond mentally. It's a mental
Oh, okay.
response.
can't. Okay. I think.
Or is it?
Or is it? I don't remember actually.
Well, whoever. Yeah, it's whoever.
You have to whisper a message.
Oh, okay.
to-
So no, it's
Tobias, you get that message.
Sorry.
Yep. And I will send you a message back, saying,
Oh, hi there.
"Okay."
Oh,
That's it.
Hello
Maddie,
there.
So Maddie.
Orsina, you see the smoke. Sorry, you see the fog billowing out from a tree below you. It's the geolucence turn. They've moved about. Well, first they did their dash, and that was their full move. And now you can actually start hearing off in the distance, like it sounds really far off still, but you can hear it echoing throughout the trees in this kind of hollow wood. That's the end of their turn. Bo, you're up.
Well, he was very helpful. Let's just start running. So just start running. Full
Okay.
dash north.
And I'll take
Hold
my
action.
held action and just
Mhm.
start running as well.
Okay.
What's your speed, Bo?
So I'd be 60 feet with a dash.
We'd both be
Yeah,
60.
30. Yeah, we'd both be 60.
It's not bad. We should be able to catch up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you'll catch up.
Tobias.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Cypher. Go ahead.
We don't know the direction of the lake though. Only
No.
Orsina does.
Only they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I can I sense how far it is from where I saw it?
Well, you're flying to the north.
It's
You
on
knew
the
it was to
right,
the right. So
but can I
that's-
gauge the footage? Feetage?
The footage?
The feetage.
I don't. I mean, if you'd like to roll, what would be to gather distance? I guess insight. No, perception. Perception.
Intelligence? Perception? Yeah, perception.
How far is it in cups?
Yeah, in cups.
Oh.
How many Giskets laid out in a row?
Yeah.
Well, I got a 23, so that's like lots of Giskets.
Okay. So 23, you realize that it's from the where the tree is, you are about, or sorry, from where everyone's landed, you're about 30 to 40 feet away.
That's pretty close, and we're going away from it. Okay, that's fine. Wait, you said from where the fog tree is?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I think that's it though, because I still.
Okay. All right. Cypher, your turn.
All right, we're just running away from the sounds, and I'm going to reach out and touch Bo's shoulder, and I'm going to cast Longstrider on both of us.
Okay.
Because apparently I can do that. I just don't know
Fine.
how I can do it on both of us. Well, yeah, but I do it on both of us because I know I can. Oh, I have to cast it at 2nd level, which I'll do just fine.
Okay. All right, so you reach out and you see actually the vines on your hand almost momentarily do like a grasp onto Bo from your tattoo, and Bo, you immediately start to feel light in your step and you start to move quicker.
10 extra feet.
Cypher, that's the end of your turn. Orsina, let's just say for brevity's sake, you catch up to them. You're now flying directly over them. You can see Cypher and Borok underneath you.
But is that my action or no? That's just I got there.
You got there within your normal move.
Okay. Can I do like, hey, I'm here, like a. Oh my god, I don't know how they sound.
I don't know either, but you did. So you hear like from above just a, and you look up and you see a giant eagle just kind of like shadow over you. That'll be your free action. Are you gonna do anything else for your action, Orsina?
Can I just shake the guy down? I'm just kidding. No.
Start veering in that direction.
Just shake Tobias off your
Shake
back.
Tobias off.
There's something going on with, I don't know what's happening with Tobias. All right, that's end of Orsina's turn. The Geolucent are growing ever closer.
They're getting closer?
How are they getting
How
well,
fast
you can-
are these guys?
You can hear in the distance, it's echoing throughout the trees. It sounds like the noise is getting closer, and Orsina would have seen that there was more Geolucent in the trees. I when she was flying out, I said there's more kind of crowding in, but it sounds like it's coming from the left.
Okay.
But you can't see any right now.
We don't, yeah.
Bo, your turn.
Okay. Would I be perceptive enough to know that it's coming from the left?
Yes, absolutely.
I am. Okay. I'm going to... Sorry. I'm going to look up at Tobias, and I'm going to cast my second message from the earring and go, I don't know what your fucking issue is, but you better look out for an outcropping or something like that we can go hide in, because these fuckers are behind us. You can respond to this message.
This hurts.
The tension.
We can't hear you.
Are you muted?
He's muted.
Or he's miming it now.
Or is my
I can't. No, you're
I was-
muted.
No, he's muted. He's muted.
Yeah. Well, I send back a message, and I say, "Okay, meet you there, friend."
Okay. As this chase, we're getting to near the end of this chase. Top of the round is actually Tobias.
Well, I'm kind of at the mercy of this eagle that I'm flying on. Can't
Trying
do
to get us
much
to
up here.
safety.
So I'll just sing a little ballad.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait, I thought you could write messages in the sky or something like that.
I never said I could
Okay,
do
I
that.
don't. Sorry, I don't know. Did somebody say that?
Can't you all just skywrite? We're
Didn't you say
fine.
you have 120 feet of
All
messages
wizards
in
can
the
write
sky?
sky messages.
No,
Yeah.
I have the same thing that Borok does with the
first
earring
thing in
of
the spell book.
message.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't read that book yet.
Okay, Cypher, your turn.
Okay. keep running. Use my action to dash, and just trying to. I know, like, did I pick up that they were pointing in a direction?
The noise? Yes, you definitely heard
No.
the. Oh,
That Orsina was indicating a direction.
Orsina, were you indicating a direction before?
No, it was indicating that I was there, like I caught up.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were indicating a direction, so I'll just keep running north, where the direction we were going.
What's your passive perception, Cypher?
That's pretty good. 15.
15. Off to the right, you can see a clearing.
Okay. I'll just nudge Bo, and I'll just nudge him in that direction towards the clearing then.
Okay.
Would
And
I have
try to-
already been running in that
Here.
direction just because I knew they were coming from the right hand, coming from the left? So I would have
True.
started
we would've
veering
moved.
right. Veering right.
Yeah,
So-
I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep,
yes,
so
I will come with you
that.
while you pull me.
Now we go to Orsina. Orsina, you can see that they're starting to veer to the
Mhm.
right where that clearing is.
So how far is the clearing?
Right now, from where you all are standing, it's like 30 feet.
And how big is the clearing?
It's large. It's the lake. You saw a lake.
The lake.
Mm.
Okay. So I will veer to the clearing, assuming that's not going to use all of my movement, and then I'm going to land in the middle
Of the lake?
somewhere.
It won't.
Well,
You won't get too close to the middle of the lake. It's a pretty large opening.
the lake is large or the opening is large? Sorry, I'm
The
trying
large, the opening is large, but the lake is kind of small. To get to the center of it, you'd probably have to use your dash.
Well, so I'll land in an area where like I know Bo and Cypher will be coming out of, like coming from.
Okay, so you kind of gauge where they are, and you fly that 30 feet, and then you go down 20 feet because you
Mhm.
said you were flying 20, and you land on what would in springtime be a rocky outcropping by the lake. Okay. The Geolucen's turn is they're still moving. They're still coming towards you. Although the noise has seemed to dissipate a bit, Bo and Cypher. Bo, your turn.
Do I see how far in front of me is this large bird?
The large bird, you see actually the bird at the clearing now, 30 feet away.
30 feet away. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to run to the bird, and I'm going to say, we need to find some cover, like now, and then I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace so that we can try and find some cover and hide from these geos.
Okay.
At least bed down for a minute.
Okay.
Do we know if geodes hunt a lot by sight or smell or sound? Do we know which one it seems to be more of?
Definitely by, oddly enough, touch and sight.
Sight. Okay. Like they can feel tremors in the ground, kind of touch.
No, touch as in, let's say, a sword hits them or something, or like that kind of sets them off, right?
So we'll just try to
Yeah.
de-visualize ourselves from them.
All right, now I would say everyone's taken their time to get there. We've effectively ended combat.
Oh god.
Not combat, but the chase. So you're now encircled by trees, pine trees, dead trees, barren trees, and you believe you're at the place that Harrow mentioned before, Kinlyle Lake. To the northern side, it's a rocky escarpment. and on a sandy side, there's a sandy side to the south. Where you are kind of is in the you entered into the western side of the lake, which is covered in snow right now, and you can see that it is fully covered in snow and frozen over. Off in the distance, you can still hear the noises of the geolucent echoing just a little bit, but very distant off now that they're not. It seems like they don't have the sense of you. What are you all doing?
Everybody all right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Thanks.
Good
for
job
the-
out there, everyone. I'm glad we were able to get out.
Yeah.
Tobias already climbed down off of my back, right? Okay.
I wanted to feel the earth on my feet again. Although that was a pleasant ride, I much prefer it down here.
I'll just help ease Serlina out of
Oh,
her talon or whatever.
She's fine.
Orsina's talon.
I don't think there's a need for me to be in eagle form anymore because I don't know if it's a good idea to not be able to communicate with you.
Okay, so you drop in the eagle form?
I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
That's a genuine no, I don't think, because you have a secondary one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's drop it.
Okay, so you see the eagle form of Orsina drop down and become Wood Elf Orsina again.
Hair a little.
Yeah, hair a little out there a bit, and you still kind of are doing like a bird, like peck a little
Great.
bit. Okay. What are you doing?
This is where we know that the robed creature might have been, right? Or the robed person. That's where Serlina was like, they took me from the lake or something.
You know from Harrow speaking that this person was asking for clearings, and he mentioned both the Willow Tree
And the lake.
and the lake. That's all you know, and from what you remember from Serlina is that she said they went to the
I'll just start walking towards the perimeter of the lake and like clearing it with my hoof to see if the ice seems strong enough to walk on.
Yeah, sure. You go up the side of the lake. While it's a little slippery, you can still it's very solid. You knock on it with your hoof, and you can even see that there are animal prints and humanoid prints on the lake.
Yeah, are the humanoid prints coming from on the lake?
They're walking into the lake. It's kind of hard to tell right now because, as I mentioned in the beginning of the chase, it started to snow heavier.
Yes.
So at this point, it's almost like a full-on snow squall.
Okay.
That's great.
And when I clear it off and try to like look through the ice, does what I see underneath look normal, or do I see shiny purple bits?
It's normal ice.
Okay.
And we don't see tracks basically past the lake to the other side. It's not like they're walking on the lake to get to the other side.
Doesn't seem like we can tell.
You can't really tell from
No.
here.
I guess we just have to explore the lake and see if we can find
Can
a
I
purple
sorry.
robed figure.
Can I do a perception check and kind of see in the surrounding area if there's any movements or any noises?
Yes, but you'll have to do it with a disadvantage just because of the weather right now.
I don't like that. Okay.
Can I aid her? I guess.
Can we cancel the disadvantage?
Okay, I will say Bo is going no, just do a little bit like that. And so that is a straight roll, okay?
Okay, it's a 24.
It's a 24.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the guidance of Bo and Orsina, they kind of look out. Where are you looking exactly? Sorry.
We're from the west, right?
Yeah. No,
And then
you guys came in on the west side of the lake.
Do we? You said rocky north and sandy south. What's on the east?
On the east
More-
is just
more trees?
more trees, yeah.
To the east, I guess. Just
Okay,
to see
as
what's
you
in the
look
trees.
out across that lake, because you're looking directly across that lake, you focus in on your eyes, and it's hard to kind of see through the snow squall. But you see the faint form of a humanoid in the center of the lake.
I knew it. I knew it.
And I say, I think there's someone out there.
Well,
Center
let's
of the
try
lake.
and flank and sneak up on him with this pass without a trace.
Okay, everyone roll stealth, please.
Oh.
26.
I got a
27.
7, but it's a 17.
31.
God damn.
16.
Okay. Effectively, you think you're all stealthed as you walk in.
What does that mean? You think you're all stealth?
You walk out into the lake, carefully watching your steps as you move on. Around you, you hear the familiar noises of the geolucent closing in. But it stops. As you move further in, it doesn't continue past the edge of the lake. You walk closer and closer. Now, can everyone remind me of their stealth rolls, please?
26.
31.
31,
17.
26, 17. Tobias?
And 16.
16. Okay. While Borok and Cypher are a little bit more
I knew
akin to
I
stepping
knew it.
safely, Orsina and Tobias, as you get closer, you see a woman, hood pulled back on this purple robe, platinum blonde hair flying behind her in the wind. And it almost looks like crystals forming around her ear and going down her neck. She turns around at the noise, at the footsteps of Orsina and Tobias.
Worst druid ever. Wood elf
Looks
ever.
around, a little bit surprised, and goes, "I didn't remember asking you to come here." And then she looks up and sees Borok and Cypher coming up beside them. "You two, I remember. Your friend speaks so much of you. The little halfling? The curly hair?"
Perry. How the
"That's
fuck do you know Perry?
She kind of reveals her hands, and the gloves are off now. And her fingers are these long talons. And she goes, "Well, darling, I was the one that took him."
Bow out.
"Oh, no. I don't think there's any need for that, darling." And you can see she's holding the satchel on the side of her. And in the satchel, it's fairly empty. But beside her, you see a large, probably about the size of a full-grown tree stump, stuck into the middle of the lake. This large crystal slowly starting to pulsate. And she goes, "I do know that you might be feeling a little what's the word, worked up, but I think we can have someone to help with that. And you hear off to the side, behind her, and this hulking form comes through the snow squall. This large club being dragged behind it. And you are revealed. You see a frost giant covered in crystals. I think he'll be taking care of you. And that's where we'll end today.
Wow. That's great.
Bitch doesn't know it's my favorite enemy.
I'm gonna throw up.
That's not great. That's
All
not
right.
great.
Well,
Oh, sorry, bombs dropped.
Yep.
No,
Big bombs.
Cypher doesn't even know Perry, but Mikey knows Perry.
Who the hell is Perry?
oh, you'll find out one day.
You'll find out,
One day,
yeah.
I'm sure.